brain is a complex organ that is part of the central nervous system and is what makes us human. It gives us the capacity for language, art, rational thought, and moral judgment. It is also responsible for our movement, how we feel, and our personality and memories. What's it made of? The brain is one of the body's biggest organs. It's made up of a jelly-like mass of fat and protein weighing about 1.5 kilograms. It has a volume of around 1,130 cubic centimeters in women and 1,260 cubic centimeters in men. It needs a lot of energy. Despite representing only 2% of the body's mass, it consumes 25% of the body's oxygen and 25% of its glucose. And it's 75% water. It is said that the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere have very different functions. Although the brain is understood to work globally, it is true that there are some important differences. For example, the right part of the brain processes creative tasks and has a role in visual processing and spatial orientation. And the left part has a very important role in the understanding and production of language, and also deals with mathematics. Parts of the brain. When we use the term brain, we're really referring to only one part of the encephalon, the term used to refer to the whole organ. The brain is the largest and most evolved part of the encephalon and is divided into two hemispheres, which are in turn divided into four regions or lobes. The frontal lobes are involved in movement, speech, reasoning, abstract thought, and capacity for planning and decision making. The parietal lobes process sensory information such as touch, and they deal with reading, writing, visual spatial functions, and numerical reasoning. The occipital lobes deal with visual processing. Lastly, there are the temporal lobes, which are involved with hearing, understanding of language, and recognition of faces. In the inner part of this lobe, there are also very important structures for learning, like the hippocampus. The second largest part of the brain is the cerebellum, which is responsible for coordinating muscle movement and controlling our balance. Recently, we know that it is important in the learning process. The diencephalon is located in the core of the brain and is divided into two major sections, the thalamus and the hypothalamus. The thalamus acts as a relay station between the senses and the brain. It's involved in general processing as well as consciousness. The hypothalamus controls hormone secretions that govern growth and instinctual behavior, such as eating, sex, temperature, and the sleep-wake rhythm. The brainstem, at the base of the organ, controls reflexes and basic life functions such as breathing and blood pressure. The brain is the control center for movement, sleep, hunger, and thirst. Everything is controlled by the brain. Emotions such as joy, sadness, love or hate are also controlled from the brain. The brain does not feel pain. In spite of it being the main transmitter of information that processes all nervous stimuli, it does not experience this sensation.